Born out of the 2005 Palestinian civil society call for boycott, divestment, and sanctions against Israeli companies or international companies and entities that are complicit in the illegal occupation of the Palestinian territories, UT Divest has charged itself with the task of investigating the University of Toledo's investments and holdings using our tuition dollars to discover whether or not our university is also in fact complicit in investing in companies that are also complicit in the occupation. We have in fact discovered that the University of Toledo has investments in 5 companies that are doing business in the illegal occupation, and have now moved forward on a social justice campaign to try and convince our university to be on the vanguard for social justice and to divest from these companies.
Well, right, and I think just to me, UT Divest means just changing perceptions about the situation in Palestine. You know, it's about bringing a new sort of consciousness to the struggles of the Palestinians and showing that the violations of their rights, their dignity, their freedom, it really stems from U.S. funding of the Israeli occupation forces. And we have to understand that this financial support allows for brutal military operations in Gaza. For example, last summer, over 2,000 Palestinians were killed, 500 of them children. So I think that kind of shows like why we're here today. It's to change the narrative. It's to make change by challenging the mainstream one-sided view of what's going on in Palestine. And I have to say that growing up as a Palestinian American, what happens to the Palestinians became such a huge part of my identity. And growing up, I was always trying to figure out a way that I could affect change. So that's why I came to college and I got involved in student activism. I got involved with Students for Justice in Palestine and the divestment movement. It really taught me what I could do to help the situation.
I can definitely relate to that. I grew up kind of in a similar type of situation, being Palestinian. Actually, when I was younger, just growing up in the US, not really knowing too much about what was going on. And I feel like as I started to get older, I started to learn more on my own. The one group that I heard about was Students for Justice in Palestine. And after learning about what we could actively do to help, the Palestinian people overseas is divestment, and learning more about that and wanting to get involved, I feel like has helped me, and I feel like I've helped others learn more about the cause. Have you had any experiences or?
Yeah, and a few years ago, my family hosted a child from the Gaza Strip. His name was Dawood, and he was a 9-year-old boy. His family were just a bunch of civilians. They weren't military, they weren't anything, they were farmers. One night during an Israeli occupation force bombing raid, a missile struck his house and the debris crushed his skull. The Cleveland Palestinian Children's Relief Fund sent a representative overseas to the Gaza Strip to bring children who were victimized of these acts and brought them back to Cleveland for treatment. Dawood spent 2 months with my family, and in that course of 2 months, he became like a little brother to me. We watched movies, we ate ice cream, we played video games, and we went swimming. On the 4th of July, we were Skyping his mother, telling her that we were going to go see the fireworks. She says, that's what we tell the kids that bombs are. In the distance, they're fireworks. For us, fireworks is a symbol of freedom and justice and happiness, whereas fireworks overseas in Gaza and Palestine, it's a cover for death. UT Divest is a means to help not the Palestinian people, but our friends and family that are overseas suffering these injustices.
Is there anything else we can do to kind of push this movement forward?
Well, the most important thing right now is to vote on the referendum. That will be available soon. Just keep a lookout for it on the portal, and just make sure that you go on there, and it's an opportunity for students at a campus-wide vote to voice their opinions on divestment. So I would say that that's the most crucial thing right now.